Walking next to me is my loyal companion, Miss Maddie May. Maddie May, there she is. Come on, baby.
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Well, we are, it's a colder day today here. We have a front coming in, gonna take the temperature down to about 22 degrees tonight. Looking at our tomatoes at about day 8 here. I am going to lower the humidity down a little bit, and Delia is going to give them a little bit of light. Let's go ahead and change this down to about 87%. Let's get that down, and yeah, we'll go 87. Nothing too big, but there we go. Everything else is going very well. She's, like I said, she's going to introduce the light, give them a couple of hours. These lights are all on a timer. They're doing well. But I need to go ahead here, hook up the M&W Dyna Drive. For those of you that don't know what a Dyna Drive is, let me show you. We're going to go ahead and I think tomorrow we'll let it warm up a little bit, but we'll start putting plastic out. And I think I got geese sitting on the eggs right down over there. There's a goose laying down all tucked in right on that inlet. So a Dyna Drive is this. It comes with a rolling basket in the back, which really pulverize the soil very nice. Then in the front, and I am missing some tines, but if anybody knows where to get an M&W replacement tine, I'd appreciate it. But it has 2 sets of rolling tines in it. So as I drive on the ground, they will spin and kick the dirt up, kick the dirt up. The faster I go, the faster it goes. So we're in good shape there. Heavy duty machine, that's for sure. So let me go ahead and get everything ready, and we'll bring the tractor over there and hook it up. It takes quite a bit here to kind of get a tractor hooked up. If you're wondering how is this hooked up, it's with what they call a 3-point hitch. Each one of these arms, you stick a pin in, and then one on each side, and then we attach this bar, the 3rd link, to the top. So we can go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go bump this down just a hair. I'm really close, but I'm not there yet. So it helps if you have some extra hands. So I might go get Delia, and she can help pop that in just exactly, because once this thing is parked, this tractor's parked, it ain't moving. So it takes that little bit of a 1/8 of an inch and that type of thing. So let me go get Delia, and we'll get it plugged, hooked in. Well, we got it hooked up. Takes a little finesse, but time to go out in the field and see how it goes. So, all right, let me see. I don't have the duals on, so we're gonna find out if I can pull this big load without the duals. Hopefully I can.
All right, he's gonna try to pull Dyna Drive with only the 2 rear tires and not the 4, not the doors. What he's going to do today is he's going to turn the soil, till it over where we're going to put some blackberry plants that are coming in next week. So he's going to try to do this today, and then tomorrow lay plastic over it, of the thicker plastic, the woven type, to keep more of the weeds out of it. We'll see once he puts it down if it can pull it. It was a pain to take the duals off, and hopefully he doesn't need to put them back on. It's a chilly day today. It was nice and warm yesterday, probably in the upper 60s. But today it's not going to get beyond 50s. And tonight we're going to have frost, definitely. We're going to get down to 22. All right, there he... goes. Seems to be doing okay. We're just going to put 2 rows of blackberries. There he goes. Now this ground here is pretty uneven, so we are going to put grass seed down so we don't have soil erosion where the rows of the blackberries are not on. We did have a lot of erosion last year. You can see right there. Goes straight to the ponds, and so we want to try to avoid that over here because there is a little bit of a slope. And so after we put the woven fabric down where the blackberries are going to be, we're going to plant seed between those rows and on either side to make sure that the soil does not erode. Film a little bit more, and then I have lots of other plants I need to seed today. that will be going out in the field in about 5-6 weeks or so. Going to the other side where we're going to be planting the onions, and those are going to be planted in this coming week as soon as he gets the plastic down tomorrow, because today is it's very windy today to be dealing with the plastic flapping all over the place. So but today he wants to till all this. He's going to till enough for 9 rows of the plastic being laid down. But I'm going to go inside and see, because it's very chilly out here today. And he's tilling right next to the potato plants that we planted. It took us 3 days to get those 12 rows in. So he's got to make sure he doesn't dig anything up there.
The blackberries done, just kind of backing up here and doing this part here, and just kind of, we have a small area here, but the secret is to drive fast, and it tills it up very nice. Put it back. We don't have a lot of scoot myself over. This area here was where we had green beans a year ago. We're scooting them down a little farther. But tomorrow we'll do our I gotta check something. Well, I had a piece of my 3-point. It kind of got jostled out. My Dyna Drive was actually going. I'm gonna drop her down now. My and Delia's out there watching it. There she says go. But anyway, it extended out, and I got going cattywampus on the back end. You know, what's off the picture is you're having to do the controls. Whoops, she's wanting to talk to me here. Okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Come here. Let's go. What'd you say?
It looks good.
It does look good. Okay. And I'm gonna kind of add quite a bit to, I think I've already added quite a bit to our area. Here, let's go look at it. We'll let this idle. You're cold. Okay, I can put that up. I think that there's my thing, but if every 2, what if every two equals a row, but what do we say if I add a third step, right? I got pretty close right there, didn't I? So you think every 3rd step, we get sure I have 2, right? And we need 8 rows here, right? Four. I think it's 8 here and 2 up there, giving us 10. we got to know this because we're going to go ahead and plant green beans beyond it. So getting it right. So anyway, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7. So one more pass will do it. I tell you what, I'll let you have the camera, but you can't leave yet because we're going to do between the buildings. So it's on right now. Well, it's a windy day, but at least it's a warm day. Going to get up in the 70s. And yesterday we had everything hooked up. Got everything kind of set up for the most part. I have more to do, but I do have, we're going to put onions down. So 4 rows of onions, so 2 drip tapes. So this will probably be the only time we really use double drip tape, but it's a nice feature. We went ahead and, you know, paid for it. But anyway, we have some more stuff to look at, but we also have a roll of our black plastic. Got that on there. Our fields are pretty short, pretty small, so there's no real reason to have to keep. We're not like the big producers. We don't really have to take 2 rolls of plastic and all that, but we do it. We are going to, because of the palm amaranth and water hemp, which looks like pigweed for those of you, but you want to take care of it as early as you can as the plants grow. Let me give everyone a little fair warning on that because we had it so bad last year. But the putting down the plastic was our way of trying to be as economical, well, what do you want to call it? As organic as we could possibly be due to the circumstances that it's just Delia and I here, and there's really, we would never be able to hoe everything that comes up, and black plastic will hopefully kill the plants as they sprout, as they come up, and that's our purpose behind such a large investment. So anyway, we're gonna go with 30-inch rows. We got our shovel, I got a hammer, and because it's just Delia and I got a couple of T-bar stakes here to when we pull the drip line through, we'll hammer that in behind here to hold the drip lines down, and then of course Delia will hold the or myself will hold the plastic down until we get a little farther. But I can tell you that the drip lines will pull out from underneath. It's got a brake on it. Let me step up here and show you, but it has a brake that you adjust right here and for your tension. So it has to have this is what all this does. So you need to be able to hold that a little bit and keep it from what's the right phrase, guys? Rat nesting. You don't want it to rat nest. So try to look at that. I'll look up everything on here. You know, it's funny they have the way they have this double rig here. So again, I'm new to this, but I don't know if this goes like that and then goes in. I'm a little bit, I guess that's probably the way it's set up, is that there acts as a kind of a little clutch there, keeping a little bit of tension straight down. And then of course this will go down into our tube. And I still have to adjust our tubes, but I think I got it figured out. I'm gonna get Delia's seal of approval. We'll see how it is, but we'll see how we do. All right, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and look up anything else I need to think of. I did go ahead and really bury that. You'll see that the machine is actually sitting on that right now, and that is to kind of help dig dirt so that the plastic row can have something to grab, because once this shears the soil, the plow shears the soil, what happens is you have a hard bottom. This is to dig up more dirt right behind it so that there is something there for our row cover to grab onto, and that's something I didn't have deep enough the first time we used it. So I hope I'm not too deep, but we'll give it a shot and see where we're at. I need just to make sure everything is level. I mean, it looks level here, but I'm guessing that once it sinks down, it's not going to be level. So I'm going to have to play with that a little bit, because it needs to be level as it goes through. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing a nose dive, submarining right into the soil. So I'll have to make a little bit of adjustment here in a minute. So
our plans are to do one row with plastic and one row without plastic that I'll just till when I need to till with a small tiller. So far so good. So now what we got to do is we have to anchor the plastic down and anchor the water lines down so they don't get pulled as he pulls ahead.
So Delia and I right here, right now, I know it's loud, we're just testing our machine out, making sure our measurements is right, what's good, what's bad, how's everything look. I think we got a 30-inch row. It is filling the center of my row very well. I don't really have a big deficit here. This particular bed is not going to have any plastic. We intentionally let plastic off, but we have our drip line laid out, so that way we got our drip line. But you know, there is some setup and some stuff we're working on. But I think we're learning something right now.
Looks good. The sides are getting covered well. That was an issue we had last year when we tried it for the first time. The sides were not getting covered. This is getting covered nicely. Nice and taut. While it's here, it looks good.
I think it's
I'll just have to scrape the dirt off the top, but it looks good. Don't step on the dirt. All right. good so far.
Okay, we're going to drive forward here. We're laying mulch. That's what it's looking like for me. These are the onion rows. I'm trying to get it fairly close so we take advantage of our acreage. I just got to stop it up here, make it even. I think that's it. So the first thing we do when we hook up the person starting on this end, and do you want to hold that a second there? What I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and kind of poke in my T-bar rod, and then we hook this up to here when we get done, so I'm not carrying a tag, and then I'll wrap it around here. This gives us plenty of room to find the water line when the times come. Now we have to run it underneath the bar, but I have to be safe. I want to be safe because when I'm dropping that machine down, I don't want a problem with Delia being underneath of the machine. So, well, we're using some tags. I'll show you what we do. I'm going to run this plastic underneath of this bar, and Delia's going to help me here, but I'll show you what we do. Let me set this down. There we go. So the plastic here, it goes underneath this bar, and it goes underneath of this tension tire. Let me go ahead and help this bring a little more plastic out. There we go. Okay, now Delia's going to give me, yep, there we go. We're using a staple here, and I'm going to position this right behind the tire, so this way Delia's not having to hold. Yeah, which we did last year, like a lot of people do. And she's going to do the same thing. She's going to put that right there, just to get it out of the way. Now it's underneath of the tires, the tension tires. So I'm going to set the equipment down right now. Delia, you go ahead and tell people you're going to stand on the plastic, and you take over from there and talk us way through it.
I'm going to stand on the plastic so that
stand on the plastic.
So that when he starts moving, it doesn't take off with him. Yeah,
everything will move if we don't. And set it down.
But you can see how abruptly it goes down. So we gotta make sure my toes are out of the way. And last year when my son was here and helping out, we each actually held on either side, and that was just too dangerous because they could literally go. And those staples will get pulled up with that disc, but it's enough so that it. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna get a different view. Get a view from this side. Okay. So it just pulls in the dirt from the side with the disc. You can see the disc, it kind of scoops it up on the one end of the outside edge, and as it comes through the disc, it pushes it onto the plastic. Now, for whatever reason, this side is scooping up a little bit more. I think we're just in an incline, and so that disc scoops up a little bit more dirt than that one does. But it's doing a great job compared to our first try last year. Actually, I think I see what the thing. I think that disc is more parallel with the rollers, whereas that one is a little bit more perpendicular. So I think I'm going to open that one up just a hair when I get off. But it looks good. It's got a little bit of a curve at the beginning, and he's actually these rows are a little bit wider between rows. The first 4 over there are going to be for onions, and those are a little bit closer. These other ones, and he wants a little bit more distance between the rows so that he can go with his ATV and spray when he needs to.
All right, Delia, so now we're at the other end. What do you do?
I am going to cut plastic.
Before I lift it? Yep.
And since the water line is under here, I usually cut the top so I don't cut the water line.
Talk as loud as you can.
I just pull the plastic up so I don't cut that water line that's underneath it.
Gotcha.
See, it's right there.
Here's the water line, okay.
And let me make sure I got it all. I think I got it all. Okay, now I'm going to pull the water line some out because I need a little bit to tie it off so that the water doesn't keep running off the end. And then we need some to tie it up there.
Yep. So we'll go and just tie this onto our bracket. Let me just do that real quick. Sorry about that.
Everybody's getting dizzy.
Everybody's getting dizzy. So while I'm moving, I already have that tied up, so it isn't too bad. Delia's going to go ahead and she's going to show you down here how she deals with that. I'm going to leave you guys alone. I'm not supposed to.
There it goes. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to tie off this water line. And the way I do it is I just fold it over. Let me get the hammer because I need to hammer it down with a staple. Okay, sorry if I made you dizzy. Alright, so I basically just fold it over on itself like 3 times. And probably when I'm done here, I'm just doing this right now so that the line doesn't suck itself back underneath the plastic. When I'm done here, I actually cut a piece of the tubing off and then slide that on top of the folded over water line, and that will definitely keep it from coming apart and having the water just gush out all over the place. That'll seal the end of the line.
This got 4 more to go. Just very slow. Oh, White Dog's got the right idea, by golly. The day. The last row, let me change that. The last vegetable row. We're going to do blackberries over there. It's looking pretty good. I can kind of see in that mirror if Delia, at least if Delia's coming or not. Yep, I think it's looking pretty good, folks. Now, I was asked to me by a friend of mine over there in Jersey, New York, Tony there, and he asked me if I was going biodegradable. And I'm not this year, and we'll see how we do. I'm really doing this because I had such heavy weed pressure on us last year that I'm just dying to try to get some of this weed pressure down. In other words, I need them to cook underneath of this plastic. So this way we can be a little, you know, over time we can maybe get it down. All right, just about ready to shut her down. Delia's wrapping things up there. Lining it up. I think that's good. Put it in park. There's old White Dog. I don't think he's moved in a few rows there. Let's take a look at it. I think all that's looking pretty good there. We done 11, 12 rows. 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rows. So I think we're in pretty good shape. Okay, heading out there to see Miss Delia. Oop, we caught it. There we go. Let's see if I can get around that now. There we go. All right, we laid out our blackberry woven cloth, which is right there. And Delia's out there doing that. So let's head down there and see what we done today. Blackberry zone. We put the woven fabric there. And then up here, rows of the black plastic. Have that done. And of course there's our potato rows, so we're done there. Go back here and help Delia.